think. Let's double check here. No. Did not go live. Hello, Twitch. YouTube's working. There we go. Twitch is working. Sweet. Oh, hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Those of you watching this on the VOD, thanks for tuning in. Hope to have a nice stream for you of some solid PoE content. Boop. All right. I got that sent out. We have the Discord notification, and I will just reboot the chat so that way I can chat over to YouTube. Close chat. Okay. I think we're all set. Get some PoE music going here. I'm going to go with some Paul Stretch Poe 2 music. How will this work? Is this going to like load them all in one? I'll do this one first. I'll go like that, yeah. Just to make sure it works, we'll go like that. Okay, I think that works. All right, so I did start a new build. Those of you watching on the VOD, I'll do a little recap so that way you know where I'm at. Really wanted to play Animate Guardian this season. It's super OP, super powerful. And I just saw that build and I was like, dude, I got to do that. I got to make a Guardian. Here he is. His name's Bob. He's really powerful. And then because this build is so exciting and fun, I do a lot. I work hard to make my character look cool. I don't know why. There's not really any great reason why other than I just think it's really fun. I don't know if you can transmog Bob gear. If you could, I should have done that, but it's fine. I did transmog some of my own gear. Like, this is the Squire, but I have it looking like something else. This is Hallowed Monarch, but I have it looking like something else. And then I used a few cosmetics that I have to make it look awesome. Now, as far as the build itself, for some reason my auras aren't turning on. It's like my game is not, I don't exist or something. What's up, Arthur? Welcome, dude. Auras? There we go. Yeah, okay, so as far as the build itself, you know, if you're not familiar with this build, basically you run this gem, Animate Guardian to Smiting, and you throw items on the ground and you recast the gem on the items to then deck out your Guardian with all of the items. It appears to me that after the items are eaten, you cannot see them anymore. So I can't really like show you visually what Bob wears, but this isn't like I'm not doing a build guide here. But Bob has on, you know, 5 solid items that are generally giving him damage based on my max life pool. He is at about 40% strength right now, and he is absolutely dominating. So we'll get in there and we'll go dominate some more with Bob. Yeah, it's a common build this season. It's a really neat interaction, and the fact that Bob's like, you know, auto mechanics are clean enough to do this is really fun. It's so powerful it'll probably get nerfed by next league, I would think. We'll see, I suppose. And I just really want to do it. I do it while I can, you know. People are doing it with the shrine belt? Okay, so I don't know about that. I am not wearing the shrine belt. Are they giving Bob their shrine somehow? I wonder how you do that, if so. That sounds fun. Although I think Bob's going to be way stronger than shrine belt Bob. Yeah, how do you give shrines to your minions? I've actually wondered that, because I pick up shrines and maps, and I'm like, okay, how do I give Bob this shrine? The main thing I've scaled on Bob is AoE. So when Bob attacks, his AoE from Annihilation support is way off screen. Like, I'll have loot drop way out here in my mini map where I haven't even explored sometimes. Then I'm like, whoa, AoE scaling is working. It's at 28%. That's pretty high. They put giant buff and acceleration on Bob. How do they do it, though? I don't think Bob wears a belt. Does he? Can Bob wear a belt? There's so little information on Bob. Like, animate multiple items, attaches them to the same guardian. Animates a melee weapon or armor. Belt, I believe, is considered a jewelry. Bob wearing a belt. Really? Okay, I gotta look this up. If I get to give Bob a belt, that's gonna be really awesome. But I didn't think I could do that. I guess I could just grab a belt and just try and throw it on Bob. Would it replace something else? Oh, he just bugged. So he does bug, like... I think he maybe bugs when he gets the Ghostwalker from Headhunter. That seems to really, like, upset him. It's not a full-on bug, but he just tries to constantly run away from me, and then I gotta force him to attack, basically. So it's kind of annoying. But it can be fixed. You can go to town and come back, or you can go to the Mirage and come back, I've found. But he does not fix himself. He is bugged now for the remainder of the map unless I fix him. Where'd you go, Bobby? There he is. Yeah, so you don't run Headhunter and Bob. You run this helmet on yourself. On killing a rare monster, a random linked minion gains its modifiers. We're going to go down here and go up, and we'll fix Bob. Oh, we're going to fill that breach. That sucks because of my astrolabe. But I did not know you could give a belt to Bob. That's actually really shocking because a belt is not an armor. And Bob can only wear armor and weapon. Helmet is considered armor. Obviously, chest is armor. And gloves and boots are armor. PoE, can Animate Guardian wear a belt? Just Google this to start. So Google says no. Animate Guardian cannot wear a belt. And I'm not saying that is automatically true. Google results are actually usually pretty bad on PoE knowledge. That could just be from like an old thread. I can throw it into like a bigger AI query here in a second to search out. Cache of currency. It's usually pretty bad. Thank you. And then, yeah, this farm I'm doing, right now it's pretty traditional juiced breach. A few tweaks. I'm stacking Hive Blood. I'm trying to roll a Foulborn 7-League Step for Bob, which has, I think, a 15 to 20% action speed roll, which would be awesome on him. Right now he's got Foulborn Dark Ray, I think, that also has an action speed roll, but it's not as high. And then we are doing all dropped maps are 8-mod Corrupted and Delirious, so like pseudo self-map farming here while I do the Breach farm. And then, of course, we're leveling up because Breach is really good XP. Already 98. Need to get to 99 especially for one more key tree passive point. And then, of course, every point matters big time. So I'll be excited to get to 100 as well. Synth boots. Those are bad. Whoop. Whenever it lags, it means Bob is about to kill an entire 3 screens worth of minions with 1 hit. It's just so silly how much damage he does. It's unethical amounts of damage. It'll definitely need some fixins. Seems like they can, in both games, seems like they can never get away from these like spell damage type interactions. I'm gonna die to Corrupted Blood. Was that Corrupted Blood? No. Hang on. I gotta go find out what that was. Been kind of like tracing all my deaths and trying to understand what I need to fix. I'm not immune to Corrupted Blood, so it probably was. I'm pretty sure it was. I need to get a CB immune jewel or something, just for the sake of it. Okay, I can still go in there and finish that. Okay, let me bounce to an AI more comprehensively. I'm running Animate Guardian of Smiting in Path of Exile version 3.28. Can my Guardian be equipped with a belt? I believed that belt was jewelry. It was not possible. Usually an elaborate grok query will come back with some reasonably vetted information. Oops, wrong portal. Is Bob still here? There's Bob. No, Guardian cannot be equipped with a belt. Melee weapon, shield, boots, gloves, body armor, helmet. Interesting. Okay. It looks like belt's impossible. If you have somewhere where you've seen that, let me know and I will change it. Oh, he can't be respawned here because he died as a result of me dying. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, Babby.
Greetings.
Huge fail on my part. I'm in the phase of the season where everything's a delirious map. It's so bad because like everything just looks awful. Big sadness when everything has to look awful. Okay, he's not here. Summon him. Vitality on. There we go. Okay, I think we're ready. And I don't have an amelioration equipped. I really need to. But I don't want to go back to Talon. I'll be fine. It was a very odd death. And yeah, Bob here, I think he's at about 40%, maybe 50% max strength, which just goes to show like how far beyond the scaling this is. I think they'll change. The thing is, I don't think they're going to kill Bob. I think they're going to change Crown of Ice. I think the interaction where spell damage is physical damage is too strong. It double stacks with strength, which has been strong for many leagues. Reminds me of ES stacking, which stuck around a long time and didn't get nerfed and then finally got nerfed really hard this season. Maybe we can get another League of Bob in. I don't know. I'm not counting on it. I'm gonna have my fun while I can here. I love that you can just sit here, Bob farms. You can pick up loot. It's like he's just so lazy. Oh, no worries, Arthur. I appreciate you bringing it up because it forced me to look up stuff and actually know, you know, with some certainty and some officialness what's really going on there. So I appreciate you actually bringing it up because I had also wondered that independently. Can I get Bob shrines? And maybe there's another mechanic they're giving Bob shrines with, and it's not the belt. Maybe they're giving their belt shrines to Bob through, you know, some other item or something like that. Bob is a monster. That's grands with div cards. I'll take that. Gonna be loot everywhere. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was looking up too. It didn't seem like it was... I don't know if you were listening. It didn't seem like it was possible. There's got to be a way to give him shrines, though. There just has to be, right? Although it could be a little OP. Like, if you think about a multi-minion build, if you could give all those minions your shrines, it seems like it would be pretty inherently busted, so maybe they don't let you do that at all. All my gems just hit 20. I'm pretty poor right now from investing in this build, so I'm doing everything I can to farm monies. I did like 100 div worth of harvest farm pretty quickly. And then I had to kind of switch it up here, hence the breach. Divine. These are very profitable, so... Trasnix asks how much was the build. So it's a really complex question with this build. There's a lot of items where you have to make decisions on, you know, how good you want it to be versus how much you're settling for it to be cheaper. The current version I'm running is probably like I'm probably at like 300 div. I've seen a 5 mirror version. And when I had invested about 100 div, the build was kind of online, and Bob was doing his thing. The more expensive part of the build is the defensive layer for yourself, which is a super elaborate set of life interactions that essentially make you invincible once you have them all going. Like, the EHP is like 1.3 million once everything's set up. I'm not there yet. I don't actually know what I'm at EHP-wise right now, but it definitely feels invincible aside from that corrupted blood that killed me. Oh, very nice. What in particular like really started working for you? That sounds awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask the AI as well. Is there a way to give my shrine buffs to the Guardian? The new Grok AI is like pretty slick. Like, I'm pretty sure it's going to go out and truly find the right answer to that. Okay, yeah. We'll take some more quant. Yo, what's up, Puma? Welcome. Handler of Bob just went to the void. Uh-oh. It's a Guardian build, probably. Just got voided. Supposedly Bob can do some pretty good Valdos. I'd be excited to try that if I get there. Oh, okay. Very nice, Arthur. Endgame is what PoE 1 is all about. The glory of the endgame. Endless variation. Breach and Box Farm, very nice. Those are two great farms. Boxes are really fun this league. You know those God, what are they called? The boxes in the Mirages that drops the Scarabs? Operative or something? Those were not in the game the last. I mean, I've been playing like maybe 6 seasons. Those were not in the game in the previous 5 seasons. Those are really cool. Operative, yeah. And when you're trying to, I mean, when you're new to PoE and you're just trying to get familiar, like, you just got to hone in on, like, specific things and become a master of your, you know, of your little garden. There's no way to comprehend the whole game in a season or even come close to it, no matter how much time you put in, I think. It just takes multiple seasons. Oh, my God, look at Bob tear up those runes. Ooh, wow, what the? Oh, I guess Bob went out and finished another one. I'm completely full. I do kind of want those maps. We'll drop Sulfur Flask. Okay, that Incursion Scarab can stay. Yeah, Breach this league is way better. Boxes are more fun. Like, boxes have been good for a lot of leagues, but boxes are really fun this league. Those operative boxes are just a blast. Look how many maps I got. I just pulled in like 12 8-mod corrupted Delhi maps from that one map. If you're ever frustrated by like not having your own maps to run, just run basic Breach, Instability, Wisp, and then add a Corruption and a Delusions, and you're set. I'm at almost 2 tabs of maps from doing this for like, I don't know, maybe 10 runs. It's pretty crazy.
Canopies shroud the world in darkness.
Get him, Bobby. Get him. Yeah, I like it. Just stick with those for now. And like work on min-maxing your build, because you'll learn so much stuff trying to min-max your build. Or even like making another build. I've been working on this build for probably like coming up on 30 hours. Let's see. One day, 7 hours, 31 hours. I think just today I finally like cracked the code and I'm like, okay, I get how the defenses work. The defensive layer is like such a complex set of interactions. And as you can see, I take 0 damage as a result of it. But it took a long time to figure it out. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot trying to figure it out. That's, I guess, the point I was actually trying to make there. Gift card currency, div card dupes. Pretty much all the altars are grabbable. The endurance charge drawback buff is still a little sketchy. Just relies so much on regen in all these builds, so to lose that is rough. We're going to try and skirt through here without Bob killing everything, so that way I can get more minions killed before closing these. Doubling, nice. Let me know if things are too loud. I've been messing with sounds a lot on my stream. And I have a goal of doing like one stream alert sound upgrade like per broadcast. So I've uploaded a bunch of like new alerts and stuff. Trying to kind of get things polished up a bit just in my regular streaming, not like video creation. That's awesome, Puma. You're in the like Mac font editor. I've been in that editor before. You're hacking the mainframe. Oh god, that's awesome. Dude, we should be coming up on a PoE 2 renewal pretty soon. We should start getting a tease here, I think, pretty soon. It's gonna be really fun. I'm so excited already. Not that I like need PoE 1 to end. I'm having a blast in PoE 1 still. That's cool. Yeah, the temple gave people a lot of firsts. First 200s. A lot of first 200s. First locks, first mirrors. Bobby. Oh boy, he's bugged again. Yeah, I think it's when he gets Ghostwalker, and then he tries to just run away from you constantly. But you can kind of lock him in behind stuff, and he'll straighten himself out temporarily. That's good dust if I can carry it. Okay, where was the Mirage? I can sneak Bob into a Mirage and fix him that way. Look how little damage I'm taking in the middle of this just absolutely disgusting pack of Eldritch monsters on 12 stacks of 60% deli in an 8-mod corrupted map. That is zany levels of tankiness. Unethical again. Highly unethical tankiness.
Choose what you wish.
Pack size, I guess.
Slaughter them all.
Right, I think the Mirage will fix Bob.
Verdant canopies shroud
See here.
the world in darkness.
Yep. And I think it fixes him because the Headhunter buffs go away. He can't handle Ghostwalker. What do you know? Ghostwalker creating more buggy behavior. Gift card dupe. I have defiled scried over my JV, so could be fun. Go, Bobby. Wow, game is actually having a hard time rendering stuff. Trying to get that. Here we go. I'm gonna leave that one off. Don't want to scuff my res. That was a lot of minus res for rarity. Bob's also very nice for Harvest and Ultimatum. Harvest, you can straight hit the plot and AFK. Ultimatum is not a full AFK yet. I think if I solve Chaos Res and get the bleed immunity and corrupted bleed immunity going, it would be a full AFK Ultimatum stuff. That'd be pretty cozy. It's corrupted for some reason.
Why do you aid this bound criminal?
More quant. Let's go. What are we at? 270. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. We got this, Bobby. Good boy. Gotta be getting full again. Yep. Each map is like a full inventory of loot. The end.
To fight.
So, Puma, why are you editing fonts? What's so important today?
Hello.
Let's deal.
Next map. Oh boy. We got Wildwood. Found the blue. Found the blue. Woohoo! I have noticed this league, there appear to be some conflicts between the wisps on the Scarab and the wisp on the Wildwood. Don't know if anyone else has noticed that. I think the monsters can only retain wisps from one source or another. So if you're running the Scarab and you hit a Wildwood, the only monsters that will be imbued by the Wildwoods are the ones who did not receive the buff from the Scarab. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm observing in like the results I'm seeing. Which is pretty heavily reliant on the eye test, but I think it's pretty noticeable. Wow, that is a lot of purple juice. I want to use that font Ugly Qua for my caving game prototype. I want to see it. Ugly Qua. Ooh. Yeah, dude. I like that. That's cool. It's got a really like kind of almost creepy, rustic, archaic feeling to it. Set new line character to blank. Wow. Hacking the mainframe. Changing languages. You're like a heptapod. Unique items duped, and I have 5k purple dust. That seems like a good idea. Hey-o. Yo, what's up, Justin? Yeah, dude, new build. New build. Nothing wrong with the Shield Crush build. I saw this build and I thought, you know, I got to do that before the season's over. That's really cool. And that's really all there is to it. Inspired by the arrival. That's awesome. Really? I'd like to see that. Oh, that sounds so cool. Arrival is in my top 3 all-time films. Kind of tied with #1 ever. So yeah, a game on it I would be quite interested to see. Signal. Okay, cool. Oh, boom. Look at that. Look at Bob go. These maps are so disgusting. The visual clarity is like completely gone. It does not exist anymore. This always happens in both PoE games. You get to a point with juicing where there's no more visual clarity at all. You're just kind of like seeing if the loot colors and sounds happen or not. I don't know if Bob bugged. He might have bugged. I see him in there going crazy. Wow, look at this density. Good job, Bobby. Oh my gosh. What's going on? Look at my defenses. Oh, it's so sick. This is the tankiest I have ever been in this game by far. Where's the uniques, dude? 5k purple. I'm not even like seeing it that many bad uniques. Normally you'll see like a lot of bad uniques drop. It'll make the unique sound and you won't see the item. That's why, you know, the eye test on this wisp theory I think is a little more solid than it normally would be. The loot drops in big piles and you can kind of tell what's there and what's not. Oh, I accidentally turned Bob's Soul Eater off. How did I do that? Lots of currency coming in hot. That was it for breaches, though, this map. Nope, here's one.
Ready yourself. Make your wish.
Echoing and Divine, 2 additional modifiers, div cards. I'm gonna go div cards.
Do what you must, Shingak.
The other thing you can tell is in the toughness of the rares. Like rares that didn't get the Scarab Wisp, but actually got like 8,000 enchantment from the Wildwood are like so much tougher, and you can see it. Most of them get the Scarab, by the way. I heard like 2 uniques there. It's ridiculous. A 29% one-hander. What the heck? Uh-oh, Bob's bugged. Bobby. Bobby. You gotta get him stuck on the minion. Justin says, can I make the few changes for mapping to do breach to 100? Do I need another approach on Sheer Crush? No, you can make the few changes for mapping. That's exactly what I did. In fact, it didn't even take very long. It took like maybe 1 or 2 days to go from 98 to 100. And let me know if you need any specifics on the changes you need to make. I can help you out. Yo, what's up, Kevin Frank? Interesting. I can't tell if Kevin is spam or not. Kevin, are you spam or not?
I time this. Destroy them.
Kevin is spam. Thanks, Bima. The little finger arrow pointing is like spam. It's such a nice message, though. You know, it starts out so friendly. See, he says he's not spam. Let him know Elijah sent you. Elijah the Prophet is here. You know, Kevin, I don't know if I'm deserving of such publicity, but I thank you, sir. Okay, we got Bob unbugged. Oh, what the? Was that corrupted blood again? Dude. That was without an amelioration. How sad. All right, I gotta stop the music here because I need to figure out what just happened. I took like 6 altars in here, so, you know, there's that. All right, so this is Cold Dot right here. And Dot is rough for our build. I'm at half health from Varun Whirlwinds, I think. Does he whirlwind? Yeah, he's whirlwinding. And boom! Look at that big hit at the end. Douche! Douche! We have Burning Ground Dot, Cold Dot. When there's dots actually doing damage to us, our life stays reserved. Do you see how the life is reserving down here in the globe? And it stays that way if I'm taking dot. So I am immune to a lot of dots, but not all of them. Honestly, in that situation, Varun just decided to smash my face in. All right. Let's see what the gist is on shrines and Bob. No way to give your players shrine buffs to your guardian. They are player only. They do not apply to minions. Is there not an item that could enable it? Looks like we're scuffed on the shrines and Bob thing. Boo. Who's 5 ancient orbs? Yay.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, Music Thief? Welcome, dude. How are you tonight? Ooh, my mouse clicker is like a little
Greetings.
floaty. Maybe it's because I'm querying AI in the background. There's no item in Path of Exile that would let your shrine buffs move over. Took a nap at 6? Hey, that sounds glorious. Rip your schedule for the rest of the week, though. That's outrageous, man. Okay, I'm running to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I will hover over this cool sword while I'm gone. Oh, Kevin says, are you going to add him up now? No, I'm not, Kevin. You maybe didn't hear me, but while you're very kind, I am not, I'm unworthy of such publicity. I'm a 5-viewer streamer, and you know what? Some days it's kind of nice to just be a 5-viewer streamer. Can just have a nice, intimate convo with 5 people and not get lost in the world of so many viewers. Okay, the tree for this build, here's why I'm working so hard on a final level. Tree for this build is fascinating, by the way. It's kind of ridiculous. We run Guardian for the sole purpose of Lucky Block. Guardian is so useless that with our additional 2 points, we don't even take a major ascendancy node. We just grab 2 minors that I don't even really need. And then we go Bloodline Ascendancy with Corruption's Embrace. And we get Sacrifice of Blood. And this, if we have 8 corrupted items on our character, gives us a Blood Barrier, which acts as constant regenerating guard. So my glove, this is why the gearing is extremely difficult. The gloves are corrupted. The boots are corrupted. I had to corrupt one of my awesome rings. Combs is no problem. These are truly no problem. To corrupt this amulet, and eventually have to either corrupt this ring or a simplex once I get min-maxed. And then because we run combs, we're gem-starved, so we need an unset ring here, which makes this a super pricey ring to craft, and then, yeah, you want to corrupt it. You don't want to be corrupting this thing. This thing is super specific and brutally difficult to craft. Now, because we use Corrupting Fever and we deal damage to ourselves constantly, we have to have bleed immunity. We've got 41 on boots, and then I think like 60 out on the tree. Let me make sure I do have 60 out on the tree. Yeah, 101 bleed avoidance. And then we take every regen per second node we can find. We tattoo all the strength to regen per second. And then in the middle wheel here, we have Falborn Red Dream, which says passives granting fire res or all res, increase max life at 50% of value. So we do fire res tattoos in here. And we come in here to get this all res diamond skin with 7%. I need to get to 99 very badly because my tree is crisp and perfect aside from, boom, I need one additional jewel socket. And this is where I could put a corrupted blood immunity. I could potentially, for now, actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to revoke this and get that and go put a corrupted blood immune jewel in just for the sake of it. And I don't know if I even have one, but we'll see. And yeah, Music Thief, this is a new build. I saw it about a week ago and really liked it and thought I really want to run that before the season's over. So here we are. Surely I have a jewel, like just any jewel with corrupted blood immunity. There it is. Reduced effect of curses and fire and lightning res. This is not terrible, right? Let's see if I have any others. None. Okay. You're a jewel hoarder. It's a good thing to be. Boop. Need that. Corrupted blood immunity. A lot of other stuff going on in the build. The defensive layer is just absolutely ridiculous. We run this belt, Coward's Chains, which is just it's almost like a meme belt when you read it. But it's a key part of success. Pro-gen, lots of regen. The blood barrier is here. And then, if it wasn't confusing enough, we run this. Dissolution of the Flesh. Removes all ES. Life that would be lost by taking damage is instead reserved until you take no damage. But you get up to 30% more maximum life. That's kind of nutty. Shoo. Yep. And I'm going to hopefully get an overspawn of that, so we'll see. You have 80 div to put towards this build. I don't know if I would recommend venturing into this build this season. Obviously, I enjoy the build, but it's just so ridiculously complex, and you have to roll a new character. If they don't nerf it to the ground, I am going to league start this build next season because it is a delving build. Oops, I turned Bob off. There we go. I think they're going to nerf it. I just don't know how hard. And I don't know if they'll nerf this or if they'll nerf some of the key items. There's a couple of builds abusing these items. Yeah, I ran through the campaign again. When you have good gear and you know the campaign, it takes like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. It was very fast and kind of fun, honestly. I enjoyed it. I ran Shield Crush on Slayer. Actually, I didn't even go to Slayer, just on whatever it's called. Whatever our base class is called here. Templar? No, not Templar. Oh my god. Somebody's thinking Templar. Think. 7 years! Let's go! That is why we scried the map. If you don't know about map scrying, you should learn about map scrying, and you should scry your maps. I gotta get a screenshot of it, because sometimes you work really hard for map scries, and then when they pay off, you're like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. By the way, Music Thief, can you give me feedback on the audio levels? I have things adjusted quite a bit. And I set up some like new Twitch alerts, and I'm just curious whether my voice is like too quiet or if the game is too loud.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh. Puma, I have to go look at that game, that Arrival game. Are you still there, Puma? Not enough crazy drop sounds. As a partially deaf man, it sounds great. Oh! Oh my gosh, me and my wife are going to play this. Is this a 2-player game? Why is this only $25? Signal is a cooperative game about extraterrestrial contact. Focuses on understanding a strange creature through trial and error. One or more players arranges inputs. Called transmissions, made of abstract shape tokens. One player, the alien, uses a set of secret rules to turn the input into a response, returning it to the experts. We are going to buy this. This is so cool. I mean, I wish they could have poached Arrival and used heptapods, but, you know, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna DM it to my wife on Discord right now to buy. Actually, my birthday's coming up. I can ask for it for my birthday. The kids will be like, "We want to play." I'm sure it's like way too complex for them.
Approach.
Come here, Bobby. Bobby's stuck. Bobby, get over here. Good boy. Your girl's birthday's on Sunday? Yeah, everything is going to be closed. I mean, I think everything's going to be closed. Boom. What'd you get her? You got her something? Ching. How's that game only $25? That is such a creative and cool concept. The concept itself should be worth $100. $25? That's like a meal at a restaurant. Or I can have a heptapod game for life. I choose heptapod game. Get him, Bobby. Oh, I have Soul Eater off again. I keep doing that to Bob. Let me come here and turn that off. Whoa.
Make your wish.
Stacked
Destroy
decks.
the enemy.
Just gonna be less annoying. Happy B-Day. Here you go. Maybe that'll be a huge relief for everyone. Oh, I don't have an amelioration on again. I've got to remember, chat. Have to get an amelioration when I go back to town. Card dupe. Oh, how cool would that have been? Nice little quant rarity node. Boom! Bob blows up the screen. The whole screen freezes right before Bob blows it all up. It's actually a really cool feeling. Okay, I just shreked my resist for quant there. It'll be worth it. that all? I think that's it. Yep.
You lead
Okay.
to
Amelioration.
father.
Amelioration. Amelioration. Amelioration.
What have you got?
There it is. Let's buy like a couple,
Oh, I'll put the word out.
so that way I don't run out again. One 7
you
years
got?
card worth almost 4 divines. Nice. 1100C. Interesting. Gamba. Sounds fun. I've actually never done it. The harvest card gambling thing. Pretty cool
Greetings.
mechanic. All right, I got 40k blood. We are spec'd for boots and belts, and then we're spec'd for Foulborn. So, 2 significant outcomes are potential here. One is a bricked Foulborn belt. The other is a successfully Foulborn 7 league step, which is what we're going
The
for
Genesis
Bob.
tree accepts your
Corrupted Hyries with spell block. Lost so many cards from your ritual. Have you ever hit big? Have you ever done really well with it? Goodness. Sometimes the tree really likes if you pick everything up and kind of show it that you appreciate, that you have gratitude. You tried to quit but hit so many mage blunts. Oh, God.
Yes, just like that.
Oof. 20% reduced max mana. What's with that Foulborn mod? That was hits inverted.
She will soon bear fruit.
Little trap belt? I didn't even know that existed. Okay. Last one. Bad. We did have one leather belt. It was not a headhunter. It's cool they show you the icon of the item that would have dropped. So, like, if that was a mage blood that spoiled, it would still show the mage blood icon. I had to double corrupt him to end it. That's awesome. I do really love cheese, Music Thief.
She is
I think everybody
pleased.
loves cheese, right? Alright, these currency ones are pretty YOLO. Just kind of have to rattle those off. Man, Foulborn 7 League will not come. Not that I really need it. I probably should just be investing more in my own life pool. It's just so cool. The idea of giving Bob all that is so cool. I have a life-changing discovery? Well, pray tell. I'm going to try and go out here and get the boss. We're back on Dunes to finish out this other astrolabe. Other Labeskis.
I can't do this just yet.
Sometimes Bob... Actually, the only time Bob ever takes damage is when you're running across the map and leaving him behind, tethered on a leash. Otherwise, Bob seems basically invincible. Costco sells a Parmesan cheese called Cello in a bag. I do shop at Costco. It's where we get all of our delicious meat. So you have my attention. Oh, I'm zoomed in. I didn't even realize. Here, Bobby. Yeah, pounding endless cheese. There can be, there can be consequences. Slows down the gut quite a bit. Oh man, Bob is so stuck in mobs of minions. The pack size is just so unbelievable in these maps. Alright, I gotta take that. My reses are gone, but I have amelioration now.
Approach.
Sorry about the Varun screaming. He's very mad. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I had a nice latte phase in my life. It was about like 3 or 4 months ago. I started to put on so much weight, I had to stop. But I do eat cottage cheese every day. I try to eat 4 eggs and cottage cheese every day.
What is your desire?
We'll go rare monster modifiers.
Interesting choice.
The cash of currency is bait. It's never good. 4 is a lot. Yeah. I mean, it fills me up. I don't know how my diet like slipped into this, but in the morning I just drink coffee. And then around 11 or 12, I have a cup of overnight oatmeal. And then for dinner, I have 4 eggs, cottage cheese, and toast. It's like all I eat right now. Actually, well, that's like 5 days. That's exactly what I've eaten and nothing else. There are zests everywhere that want to kill me. What are those gloves? Oh, the race zombie one, yeah. Tablespoon of cottage cheese and blend it as scrambled eggs. Okay, that's never occurred to me. Blending the cottage cheese with my eggs. But I mean, I think cottage cheese is just amazing. Like, it probably tastes good on anything. I could put it in my beer and it'd probably be fine. Drip Dr. Pepper over it. This is one extremely dense map. The XP gain has been remarkable. Oh, whoa. Get him, Bobby. Get him. Sephiroth. It's div card night for some reason. Her secret eggs. Oh, context there is helpful. Uses vibe coda. Kaboom. Kaboom. Gift card armor. Unique item dupe. Boom! The Bob explode. Baba boy, Baba boy. Uh-oh, I think Bob just bugged. That did not stop him from deleting those 2 Varoons. Holy smokes. He will fix himself into Mirage.
They are coming.
We gotta look at him run away. You get him stuck like this and he attacks. That's the trick. Okay, Mirage was here. I think it was rare monster modifiers, which I've seen some intermittent results with the rare monster modifiers. Oh, there's Breach Scarab on there. Maybe I should take a nap. I don't know. Quant is what we're here for. The end? The end.
The astral chain is
Pretty solid.
Hello.
What's his helmet? It's no good. I hadn't found it before. 5 maps. Sephi. I'd say we're pulling in like 3 or 4 divine a map, and then there's a little bit of high roll, and there's a little bit more constancy if you include all the maps I'm dropping. 17% more currency. Cool. This one has desecrated ground, which is a little bit sketchy. 72%. We're going to let Bob get used to things here. Like I said, sometimes when you drag him across the map like this, he dies. You got to watch his health. If he's about to croak, you got to town portal out like instant. Boom. It's so nice when every map that drops is already an 8-mod corrupted Delhi map. Makes you so much more excited to have maps drop. Alright, that was currency dupe. Here's another currency dupe. Oh boy. We're setting up for the big one here. I think we have extra breaches in this map. Maybe 7 by the looks of it. I do have to be careful. This map has caustic ground, which is a bit of a problem for the way that my character does defense. Again, dots are harsh. Dot bad. Get all these essences from the deli. There's some quant. Oof! Minus 60 res. I'm not gonna do it. I got too much breach left to do here, and each one gets harder, so. for 20 quan. I just couldn't do it. I am only at 208, which is not a lot. Lots of uniques coming down. Where Bobby is. There he is. Good job, big guy. He's a good boy. Whoa. Got a quant one in there. Who knows what's going on? I don't. This is Vision PoE right here. PoE the auto battler. Containment Scarab? Hello! Oh, owie, owie. Varun just tried to throw the smackdown on me. We've gotten 3% XP just in this map. That is sensational.
Approach. Choose what you wish.
Cards. I'm actually not convinced that any of the more modifiers work in the Mirage, but I just take them anyway. Okay, that was the last breach in here. We should have quite a few in the Mirage. Hopefully. The Atlas doesn't apply to heists? You mean actually running heists? Or farming like blueprints and stuff? There's nodes for blueprints and rogue markers. But no, if you actually go and run heists, like the heist area, then no, there's nothing on the Atlas that affects it. Heists are affected by your blueprints, which are kind of like their own Atlas. Wow. That is monster density right there. 30 quant, yes please. More quant, yes please. Yeah, Heist is really fun to learn. I wouldn't plan to learn it in one night. It's pretty elaborate, like everything in this game. And then, as far as profiting, like, Heist is generally a better, like, early league farming strat.
Spread my will.
There are unique blueprints in the Mirage, which maybe change that a bit. I'm not sure. But yeah, fair warning that it'll probably take a while to learn, and that you know, it may not be as profitable this late in the season. I think some of the replica uniques are still like pretty expensive, so it might be fine. Okay, I apparently need to watch out for these Varun one taps. Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, get in there and do some heist. I did some at the end of 2 seasons ago just to learn it, kind of like you're describing now, and it was so much fun. What a fascinating, like, it's like a whole, like, it's more content than some whole games have. Just heist. It's so much fun, too. %. Wow, we got like 7% XP in this map. Sorry about that. 3 additional reveals is actually worth. I'll drop that.
The astral chain is broken.
Greetings.
All right. Take a moment to see where I'm at with map farm. So all these should be dumping into the Delhi tab. Yep. Which was like actually full. Wow. They're all ID'd? Okay. All right, so then in maps, tier 16, I've got a tab here. And then a tab here. Wow, we're on to a 3rd tab. That is awesome. Righteous, baby. Righteous. Cool. I think I have one more map to run in this astrolabe. Currency, high blood, faster encounters, and an additional breach. And we're running it on this guy. Then we'll go back to Jungle Valley, where I've scried temple or cathedral. Have a good time out there. All right, let Bob get a little strength and bring him along for the ride. Come on, good boy. Come on, good boy, Bobby. Unique dupe. Basically, the entire season of Unique Dupe has not been relevant. So I don't know why I keep taking it. But it's hard not to click on these things sometimes. Oof. Div card dupe and rarity, div card currency. Div card currency. Those are really bad. Here they come again. They don't sound very happy. I gotta be careful here. Double Varun on the final one. The difficulty should be pretty high. I didn't get touched. Are any of the unique or special maps worth running? I have quite a few saved up. Some of them are required in order to get all your Atlas points. Those are the only reasons that I've used some of them, is for Atlas points. If you're maxed out, you know, you can farm like certain influenced items in some of those maps and certain fragments. But otherwise, no, there isn't anything like super special about most of them that would make me want to like continue to rerun it. Some of them you'll recognize from Poe 2, like Untainted Paradise, I think, is in there. One that gives you lots of gold, like a treasure type map. You know, Poe 2 has that one where you like detonate the bomb in the middle and you get so much gold.
Approach.
Let's say you
What you wish.
Echoing and Divine Shrine. We'll take it.
Interesting choice.
Oh man, there's so many breaches right here by Varashta. That's exciting. Hmm. 40% rarity. Ah, it's another one where it's like rarity never works. Divine. Mrs. Divine. Anyone know Mrs. Divine? Two heavies. That's from the rarity. Make no mistake. I think old Bobby would be pretty good at ritual. If you ran ritual in like kind of a alleyways, you know, toxic sewer type map, so that the rings were just a tiny bit smaller, be kind of cool.
They are coming.
Some of these contracts are worth, like if it says generates 3 additional reveals, I think they're like kind of good. I don't know what's with the heist chance. Heist chests have a chance to contain nothing. That seems pretty sad. Ooh, thought maybe that might have been good. Nope. Travel skill cooldown. Nah. We'll pass. Oh boy, it's going to be a mob for Bob. No problem, says Bob. Whoa! Boom! Unethical density. It's unethical. Oh my lord. Why is this so dense? There's a replica. Or just a Dream Feather sword. Not a replica. Grands or Quant? I say Quant. This is our last breach round. It should be Quantable. What's the best bow base? No idea. There goes my resists. Not replicas 1C. Boo. We'll double corrupt it. Wait, another altar. Where did you come from? Oh my god, what's going on here? Okay, let's put our loot in this pile here. Dream Feather. Dream Feather is damage per evasion. That's right. Yeah, that's really bad. Has to be replica. Look out. Get to the loot pile. Nice. Full again. The Dream Feather's gonna have to go. It's just so neat. Oh, you know what? I think it's worth a lot of dust. That's why it's even on my filter. Is the dust value, which is fine. Good job, Mr. Bob. Bad. Ooh. Perfect. Imperfect. Probably bad. Career multi dual wielding. Whoa. That seemed like a reasonably good jewel. Could grab that. Grab these black oils, I think. Cool. That is it. That completes my astrolabe zone here. Which kind of resets everything and gives me a chance to start a totally new farm, which is exceedingly exciting. Love starting a totally new farm. Once I hit 99, I'm going to liquidate all my assets invest into more max life and max block, and then
Here for a deal?
get back into Delve, but with this build and see how it performs.
I'll let you know.
Greetings.
Ew. What a sad vault. One nightmare map. Rude. Okay. Oh, the other thing I got to do is I have all these gems. So if you don't know, there is a setup which allows you to level up 6 gems. Or no, I said that wrong. 9 gems in the background at once. You run a Maloney's mechanism and then a 6-socket bow. You can level up 9 gems. And you're doing this just for profit. This league, you could level up ones that you want to imbue, and I may actually do that next. But in most leagues, what I'll do is I'll come into PoE Ninja here, hit skill gems, and I'll see 21s with 0 quality, and they need to be normal gems. And then I'll sort on value. Corrupt is yes. Quality 0 is everything, so you have to say 0 to 19. And what I'm trying to find is what are the ones that if they brick, they're still worth. And so Raised Spectre, you can see there is at the top. I'm doing that in this blue slot. Precision, Endurance, Termination are here and doing that here. So you can sell them white. These are like 25 each, leveled up. Or you can slam them and make the big bucks. Or slam them and fail, which has now happened to me twice in a row. So that's 18 gems that did not corrupt upwards. That's pretty impressive, actually.
I'll let you know. Ahoy there.
All right. So yeah, we'll grab a new set of gems. I wonder, like, Animate guarding the Smiting. I bet that the actual gem, not corrupted or imbued, is like really expensive. If we were to say corrupted is no. Wow, it's 3 div just to buy one. So that you can imbue it. How crazy is that? 3 div to buy one that you can imbue. That's top dollar, man.
Hail, Godslayer.
All right, we'll go again. We want Spectre. And Precision. Cool. That's all set, and we swap back. Easy money, usually, if you hit them. If you don't hit them, not so easy. Well, there's one other thing to check. I think it's Flesh and Stone. So Flesh and Stone is in its own category, because you only have to level it up to 6. And some leagues, it is worth a lot at level 7. Oh, I said Flesh and Stone, and I meant Blood and Sand. It's 3 div at 7. So that's probably more efficient than the Determinations. Some leagues, it's worth like a lot more than that. I'll stick with another round of Determinations. I've whiffed twice, so sometimes you just got to stick it out. Ooh, I get to go to the tree and try and roll my 7 leagues.
I greet you once again.
That's really exciting. Music in this area is like so vibing.
The Genesis tree accepts your offering. She is pleased.
Come on, baby. Oh, fractal thoughts. Jeez. 18% int on Falborn Alberon. Pretty bad, I suppose. It's cool, though. Already had him. Already had all those. Go figure.
Yes, just like that.
Ooh, tree is rude tonight. Bad tree. Rude tree. Oh, well. All right. Fun time. Theory craft a new farm time. This farm was really fun. This was harvest. I was going to shut down blue because yellow is now double the cost of blue and like quadruple the cost of purple. So for that, I'd probably bring this back and these and shut down blue. Try and get all yellows. But yeah, I think I'll run around of harvest and I can kind of show how to do the harvest farm in a way that's like really chill, low maintenance with the Bob build, and pretty fun. Doubling pack sizes. Take influence pack size, and then cornucopia, which is usually pretty expensive.
We'll make it happen.
But it's about a 25 div per hour farm always, so I usually don't matter too much that it's expensive. And then you need a fruiting astrolabe. Labesies. There it is.
Hello, hello.
Boop. Nice. Okay. Our regex. Worth noting too, like you can farm XP with harvest pretty well. There is an XP gain node in the harvest tree. So that's one method that kind of gets it up there. Cool. We're going to need 4 more of those, but we'll get them in a bit. I don't know what else you would do with these 3 remaining scarabs. I did maps on them at one point. I think I have enough maps right now. The most XP is Breach. The next most is Abyss. Heist is like... Heist shouldn't be much XP at all. I would not run Heist to get experience. Okay, now music off because we do not want to listen to the Deli song all night.
You die rather well.
Good job, Bobby. I'd say Harvest is XP at about a quarter of the speed of Breach. But I mean, it's still pretty steady. And it's a better profit farm than Breach. Very low investment. Oh, you know what? I don't think I grabbed the right atlas. I think we're scuffed here, aren't we? Possibly scuffed here. It may have automatically switched because I was working on it, or it may not have. I haven't seen the harvest yet, so... There it is. Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe it switched for me. Boom. Ooh, good quant node.
They are coming.
Yeah, and for some reason, Varashta almost always spawns on top of the harvest. I don't know why. Got a fruit on that Varashta.
This way, exile. Don't let it make a mess.
Time for Cozy Farm. We just sit here. I will usually do one movement to force phase the boss, which is this movement right here. And then that's it. Everything else is park. You don't even have to have a hand on the screen. Woo! That is a lot.
Don't let it make a mess.
Oh, I took some damage there. I saw it. Rude. Yo, what's up, Crydunt? What's the new build? It's the Animate Guardian hype. This gem right here. If you've not seen it. Yeah, not sure if you've tried it or seen it, but highly enjoyable build. Super, super interesting to create. Never done anything like it in either game. Enjoying it a lot. Gonna get back to Shield Crush. I just had to do this before the season wound down and closed out. I wouldn't do it as soon as PoE 2 starts. Yo, what's up, Defender? This build is so tanky. It's the tankiest build of the league. And it's not even close. Black Barya! I believe the POB DPS max hit is like 1.2 mil, maybe higher. The build is based on Lucky Block. It runs a guard-like barrier that constantly recharges, so this barrier up here protects my health. And then it's a straight life stacking build, like we're Blood Magic, 0 mana. And it also runs Purity, so you're immune to all ailments. Yeah, same here. I also really like super tanky builds. I don't necessarily mind mechanics, I think a build, I always just really like when a build is well-rounded, like it, you know, tankiness is a fundamental part of what's good about it. I just always think that's ideal. Synthesized coral. And yeah, I'm at about, I think I'm at about 60% strength here. Strength being like just the overall power of Bob and of my character. So there's still a ton of improvements to be had. And then Crydon asked if it delves. Yes, it's going to delve amazingly. And it's going to delve better than anything because when you get to the nodes, you just phase and you let Bob do the work, and you don't have to touch the keyboard. You don't have to do anything. Bob is going to do the node for you. So, of course, you're still going to have to run between nodes, which is its own project. But Bob will do the killing the node part for you. Do you mind asking how much the build costs? Kind of new to the game. Ricardo, it's a great question. What you're looking at here, I'm pretty sure is around 300 div. I've seen the build scale in POBs up to 5 mirrors and more. I'm probably going to scale it up to about a mirror and a half strength. And then to get it online, I'm going to say like maybe 150 div to like get it online and get going. The other thing I'll say, since you're kind of new, is that the interactions in this build are extremely specific and complex. So if you're new to the game, it would be kind of a brutal build to understand and replicate. So as you can see, Harvest just prints money. It is just a straight 25 to 30 div per hour farm. And yeah, we like that. We like div per hour, I guess. When we're trying to make a build, I really like it. Yeah, man, if there's any other question on the build, let me know. Also, if anybody's still shield crushing out there and wants to drop questions on shield crush, I'm down to respond and, you know, look at POBs and all that jazz. Shield crush is still my main love of this season. I'm not cheating on it that badly.
A legendary battle.
Wait, did I do the main? Did I do the main grove already? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Where does the scaling cost come from? That's a cool question. It comes from the fact that your max life is the scaling for your defensive layer. So, because of the Corruption's Embrace, it says life recovery from regeneration grants blood barrier when on full, and blood barrier is equal to 30% of your max life. So, the more max life you get, the more blood barrier you get. Your blood barrier is basically based on guard. And then we run this jewel called Dissolution of the Flesh, which gives us a massive amount of more max life, but it says that life that would be lost by taking damage is instead reserved. So basically, like, if I ever do take damage, which I haven't for a while here, but you would see my, like, reservation, the silver thing, go down and down and down. And it does that until you take no damage for 2 seconds. Well, the blood barrier protects us from taking damage. So as long as this is up, this doesn't apply. And so you cheat more max life. And then we give Bob Soul Eater through this interaction. Corrupting Fever deals it costs 284 life, and then it deals 72 base fizz per second. But it activates transfusion support, which gives Bob Soul Eater. Now, I do want to take this up to probably level 21. It just does too much damage right now. So I have it at 10. But basically, because we're constantly dealing damage to ourselves, we take every node of life regen per second that we can find, and we corrupt it on all the implicits that you see. And obviously, the life regen per second is a percent of your max life. So once again, the more max life you scale, the more the blood barrier works, the more Dissolution of the Flesh is always offline, and the more you counteract the transfusion corrupting fever interaction. If all of that wasn't enough, Bob gains damage based on our max life through several interactions. I actually won't go through those right now, but that's just a TLDR. Bob also gains more damage based on our max life value. So the scaling to max life drives the entire build.
Really?
And max life scaling is almost endless. You can always spend more. I'm at 15k. My goal is to get to about 25k.
I'll put the word out.
Non-curse auras. Yeah, we'll do it on curse auras. I'll give you 50 div. For my endurance ring. I may, actually, I don't think I'm going to sell the shield crush stuff. I like to have those characters in standard to test for, like, future league start stuff. So I tend to just leave my guys intact. Why you wouldn't run it on Marauder? Actually, I've seen it on Marauder. And obviously you can get, like, a lot more life, I think. However, you don't have Lucky Block. And Lucky Block chance is just ridiculous. We have 70% block, spell, and attack. But it rolls twice. Which I think effective there is 90. So we have effective 90 block. And then we run this belt where damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky. So 10% chance that damage comes through. And then, you know, I guess maybe that's like a 50-50 chance that it's an unlucky roll of damage. And then we have the blood barrier. And when you start to see all these layers stack up, you realize how we hit 1.2 EHP. Virtually unkillable. And it goes without saying that Bob does a lot of damage. Whoa. Garbage. Unique item dupe. Alright. I always get baited by unique item dupe.
Ready yourself. Make your wish.
Seer. Looks like a really bad seer. That's probably the highest dust value. Where's the harvest? Did I miss it? Down here? Small Clussy? Nice. Dude, where's the harvest? Oh, there it is. That's not going to be in the Mirage. That actually rarely happens. It's almost always in the Mirage. Alright, we want less purple, man. More yellow, less purple. Oh, that stayed. Cool. No, I missed the phase. There we go, I got it. It took a while, Bob. Disappointed in your damage there. Ooh, look at the damage from that cold dot effect. Dot effects are basically like the only thing that kills us. This one's really ripping me. Alright, got it. I wonder if there's something in the game that would make that would give dot immunity. I would pay an arm and a leg for it for sure. That's how you force face this boss, by the way. I think I have finally figured it out after months and months of him not phasing. It's a nice node. Whoop whoop.
Oh? Hopefully there'll be interest.
DOS for 20k.
Deal.
Would have thought it was more. Oops, I meant to keep that out. I like to see how much I get over the course of the whole astrolabe. I think it was like 7.3. Yeah, that's close enough. See, we're getting a little bit of experience. We're up to 87. That's pretty good. I need more cornucopia.
Oh? All in. I should raise my fees.
I don't know if those pack size scarabs are doing anything in Harvest. I don't think they are. What's another scarab I could run that would add value? Rare monster mods or something? I don't even know. Just go with maps.
They are coming.
Boom. That would be pretty risky, Defender. I'm very much in experimental mode here. I do plan, like, if you give me another day, I plan to actually, post a stable POB for this in Discord. I could actually capture one for you right now and drop it in the chat. But no, sharing my live, oh my god. I know from PoE2 experience that sharing my live, it gets tricky because people will be like, dude, I bought this item because you were running it, and like, what's going on with that? But yeah, I could export right now for you and share. I'd be comfortable with that. I'm at like a slightly stable space here, but I do a lot of intermittent experimenting on the tree and other things like that. Start skills. Okay. Now, this POB will not show the items Bob is wearing. And that, that's a big thing where if I were to make an actual guide for this build, I need to document what Bob wears. Let's see how we do on a 930 Verisium. I think Bob's going to do fantastic. Yeah, it is a cool build, Ricardo. I agree. So powerful, too. Go, Bobby, go! Bob says no problem to that. Okay, export, generate. We'll go ninja, share. Let me just take a look, make sure it looks good. Boop. Yep. That looks good. Fair warning to the wise. This is a disgustingly complex build. It shouldn't be, right? Summon minion, let minion kill things. But yeah, it's just nasty. Really hope they don't nerf it. I'll go all out on a guide for it next league.
This way, exile. Kill it, exile. Quickly.
11.5k purple. Such a bummer. Oh, I took a hit. Did you see that hit I took? What in tarnation? Nice. All these supply chain attacks cutting into my free time? What do you mean? Something to do with your job? What is he saying? What does he mean? That was a lot of work for 960 blue. Look at that node. Oh, cybersecurity stuff. Yikes. Yup. Go away, hackers. Give up. Little pumas back in the mainframe. It is so nice figuring out how to instant phase these bosses. Took a long time to figure out, and it is nice. Oh, double yellow boss. Let's go. Woohoo! This might bring the yellow over the purple. Okay, see if we can double phase him. Yes! Success! Wait, is that 3 of them? Might be 3 of them there. I'm on caustic ground. Go, Bob, go. Oh, that's nasty. Yo, thanks for the follow. I don't know your name because it's in another language, but thank you. Welcome. Go Divine Shrine. It's never bad. What would you call this build? It's Animate Guardian.
They always were, and always shall be.
This way, exile. We
Don't
need
do it,
nothing
Music Thief.
just the
Don't do it. This build's going to make you mad. It's going to make you go bankrupt. It's not a beginner-friendly build, and it's not a budget-friendly build. Yeah, Animate Guardian. Boom. Hey, did my new follow alert work? Did it show up? I didn't even see. Oh, I love these nodes. Whenever they have the little... Wait till you see these bursty life forces that are going to come out of here. Oh, woo. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Those nodes are the best. Now we're at 19k yellow. That is just delicious. You have learned a lot in a short amount of time. I will yield that to thee. Yummy. That is some tasty farm.
Greetings.
I really don't know that the pack size is helping. I think I'm going to switch it back to map stuff, delusions, and corruption. And then, yeah, I don't think wisps really does the trick, so we'll just go with escalation. Get lots of maps. Patches of burning ground should be fine. Oh, people don't realize the little things in this game that are most confusing. Yeah. The niche components of a build are by far the most confusing things to try and understand. And I'll say it again. This build is not new player friendly. Pukes? Not sure how to say that, my friend. Yes, it's a combination of gosh, what's the fossil that has shot up in price because of this build? I think I sold them all.
Business.
Faceted fossil, and then recombination. And it doesn't have to be this base. There's certain reasons this base is ideal, but mostly related to attribute requirements, because you want to keep the dex low. But it could be any base. You'll see on trade, you'll see like bases that are like, you know, all sorts of one-handed types. And then it doesn't have to be these socketed gems supported buys. There's actually much better ones, but I'm still on a budget version of the build technically. Yeah, it just takes a long time to catch up, Music Thief. And yeah, Defender Harvest, you want pack size and quant. I just don't think that magic pack size Scarab is working on the Harvest packs. I think they're just the same size. But if you stack global map pack size, like if you run an originator map with really good size, that will help your Harvest farm. And then yeah, quant is king always. Quantus Airlines. Whoa, speaking of quant, double node. Boop. We're at 275. It's gonna be pretty sexy. Like I said, most of the time the harvest is right by the Mirage. It seems like they've designed it so that that is a common occurrence. It's really nice. Rarity, Scarab dupe. We'll just leave that. Holy crap, look at all these altars. More quant! Oh, that's endurance charges. I really can't take that. It would brick the build. Just leave all those there. Another thing about this build that I'll mention is that there's no like early game, mid game version. Like, you can't start this build until you have the items for Bob, and you don't want to start doing the items for Bob until you have the best items for Bob, because you can't just like swap them out. You can't get stuff back. Once Bob eats the item is gone. You can upgrade Bob's items, but yeah, you can never get the item back. And then also, the items for Bob are bound to the gem, I think. So with the imbued gems, it makes it a little more complicated. If for right now you go with a budget imbued gem, and you socket or you build Bob with a bunch of good items on that, then you want to change your imbued gem. You need the items all over again. You can't like transfer the items from, you know, one imbued Bob to another. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm just thinking that's probably how it works. Look at that quant going to work. Those are nice piles. Yes, Bob is super greedy. All right, a 3-1 purple or a 2 yellow? I think it's a 2 yellow. Purple's just so much worse. There's that weird ass staff. Right choices were made. Oh yeah. Crap, I kind of goofed that up. Is he going to phase? Yeah, okay, he's still phased. That phasing thing is a nightmare if you don't time it right. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab all these since we're done in here anyway.
Choose what you wish.
Pack size, but I don't think it works
Your
on the harvest.
heart's desire.
I always just take it anyway. We'll try and get some quant on this. That pack size would be nice to run the packs anyway. I actually should look whether that pack size goes as a global mod or not. I'd be surprised if it did. It's 90% here. Actually, I could look afterwards, right? Yeah, I can look afterwards. Look at that, in 3 maps, these gems are already level 17. You can make so much money off of the gems already. Wow, I'll take that one. It's a lot of rarity. It's a little bit fun. The harvest monsters don't drop a lot, but they do drop a lot of uniques. For some reason their loot table is like slightly leans in favor of uniques.
This way, exile.
Is Bob bugged or just these zombies are bugged? I think just the zombies are bugged.
Put down the spawn.
Woo! Maybe that pack size is working. That seemed like a lot more than it should have been.
Put down the spawn.
Look at the XP from Harvest. We're up over 90. Obviously, it's slower than Breach. I probably would have leveled in Breach by now, but you can't complain. You get to do Harvest and still get lots of XP. AG's was banned in the Gauntlet? Interesting. I'm kind of surprised. You kind of got to throw everything you have at him to make him really good. So I'm a little bit surprised. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the nuttiest pile of yellow
Kill it, exile.
ever. Oh my god, in blue state. This is so awesome. Phase, please. Thank you. Boom. Wow. Love to see that. I'm trying to get it all in a screenshot. I can't. It's too many. Oh, whoops. I should start this up. We are up over 25k yellow in, I think this is our 4th map. Broken farm. What's my favorite mechanic besides Delve? Honestly, my favorite mechanic, including Delve, is Blight. This season, I just decided to take a break from Blight. Which has been silly timing. Oils are worth a ton. I believe tainted oils are... I think I saw they were like 4 div earlier today. I haven't seen tainted oils at 4 div in forever.
Greetings.
Hopefully this dusts well. I don't know why else it would be worth a lot. 143, yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, what do I have? 2 more? Well, I still have 2 more maps to go. It's crazy. Tier 2 seeds have a 12% chance to be upgraded, 8% number of rares, 15% quantity of life. Plants have 4% to spawn duplicated monsters. I love that one. Harvest ore in boxes. Joining Sanctum. I've never done Sanctum in this game. Sounds fun. How's the ore farm? Are you just like sending 50 mil boats, or what do you do with it? You send out mirror shard boats? I've only sent 1 boat all league, which has been kind of a relief to the mind. Not have to worry about all the King's March stuff. I just kind of put it out of my head, pretend it's not real. Terrible at King's March and gave up? I mean, at least what I heard is they just flipped crops and ore. And so if you send a 25 mil bars with 25 mil dust, you'll get back mirror shards in the boat. Plus lots of other stuff. Oh no, Bob just bugged out. Okay, we can go in the Mirage and unbug him. Come on, Bobby. Good boy. Ooh, glad he came in for that node. That is a good node. Can't keep up with gold? Oh man, I have just so much gold. I went and set up all my crop guys because, like, I don't know what to do with all my gold. I think if you run a lot of breach, you'll have an incredibly awesome amount of
Go
gold.
with luck.
Whoa. A lot of rarity. Every map is an 8 mod corrupted deli map. Feels so good. It's such a nice side farm for harvest because there's nothing else to do as a side farm for harvest. Nice. Wait, what was that? Okay, we're good. For gems or more rarity with fizz damage. Rarity's just so bad. 4 yellow
This way,
plots. Hello.
exile. Put down the spawn.
Not bad. There's a way to get more of these like mirage-based harvest monsters. They seem so random and kind of intermittent. Please face. Good boy. Good boy. Make him phase. We might get 50k yellow from 5 maps. You gotta be kidding me. Ooh, that was kind of a brick. Come on, Phaser Rooney. There you go. Here's PoE1. PoE1 for you. Oh my gosh. Silly. Alright, I don't think I did the real one because Bob was bugged. Sweet.
This way, exile.
Oh, I hate when it does that, but yeah. We gotta go yellow. Let's see if I can hit 50k yellow on one astrolabe. That would be so epic. Ooh, that's gonna help. That's a good node. We're at 40k already. This would be like 41, 42 right here. Oh, it doubled! 43. Come on. We'll go here. This might get us to like 44. Oh, yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
44.9. 5k yellow from this last map, and it'll be
Greetings.
a 50k yellow run. How much does a map cost? About 80c. Believe it or not. About 80c. And 50k yellow. Let's look at yellow right now. So, you know, it's about, what's the current rate? It's about 34k per 10 div. So 50k yellow is like 14 div. This is absurd.
Hello.
Yeah, no, this is, if you want slow and steady, this is the best farm by far, if you're doing it right. And these seed upgrades that you get from the astrolabe are just so good. I'm not even running like good maps. These are just my own self-farmed, 8-modded, tier 16 corrupted deli maps. If you ran originator maps with pack size or quant stacking, woo, it would just pop off in here. Poptanov. What do you call a Russian who drops more harvest than you thought was possible. Poptinov. Boom! Mr. Bobby. Yeah, it's a solid, guaranteed 25 to 30 div an hour. That's just from the harvest. That doesn't include anything else you find. The harvest monsters tend not to have very good loot. They do drop some uniques for dusting, and I have seen like mage bloods come from them because they do drop a lot of belts. But it's not something to count on at all. And then you do have 3 free scarab slots, so you can kind of decide how to get more out of the routine harvest farm. You know, potentially something with div cards could be really good if I looked into that. I think pilfering went up in price a lot, so it's probably not worth the expense now, but I don't know. I could run those weird div card blackjack dealer monsters. Try and get more mirror shard cards. But right now all I'm doing is I'm converting every map into an 8-mod Delhi corrupted map. Which, when the Nightmare and Originator maps drop as that, they you know, it's worth a lot.
Your desire.
Afarood!
Come back.
Let's go!
This way, exile.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
let it make a mess.
50k yellow, let's go. Ciao, Bobby. Oh, move, Bob, move. Good boy. Boom! Double drop. That's 48k. It's close. That's a close call there, but we're still going to go with yellow. Got it. 50k. 50k and 175. Haven't done the Mirage yet, so even more to come here. Oh my gosh. Careful, Bob. Rarity apply to div cards?
And see.
Anyone know? I have never asked that question of myself. Because div cards are not currency. Interesting. Double quant roll, but it's endurance charge recovery, so that's a no-go. Nicely, the alternative was Grands. Take it.
Your pride demands restoration, challenger.
This way, exile.
Hmm.
We need not the fruit, just the juice.
Just the juice. Oh, one Bob question I have is if you transmog an item and then make Bob eat it, Will Bob wear the transmogged version? Because Crown of Eyes looks so silly on him. I would love to get him something beautiful to put on his head. My favorite PoE1 moment here. Double Ursas. Filling up the entire screen. What a node! This is gonna be so sick! $55K. Oh! This be a record. Got them both to phase. I'm a lucky guy. And we got up to almost 95% with Harvest XP. That's good. Oh my gosh. There you go. That is Harvest for you. I'll have to look back at the VOD for the exact amount of time it took to farm what appears to be an incredible amount of money. That's I mean, that's definitely a high roll. That's like on the 35 to 40 div per hour. But, of course, that can happen. I know, Ricardo, isn't it such a cool build? When I saw it, I was like, I'm going to have to make that. Let me clean that mess up for you.
Glad to see you.
Oh, yeah, and then you get your vault
Exile.
at the end of the astrolabe. Yeah, I can totally share Atlas and Scarabs for this real quick. Divine! What's an Orb of Intention? Memory Strands. It's not worth anything, is it? Nope. Yeah, hang on. I'll get it in just a moment. I can drop it in the Discord. Let me just get my stuff organized here. It's Bob. You have 700 div to make a new build? Okay, well then you could make this. You definitely could make this. Oh, did I ever share over the POB? I think I did. I think I shared the POB to you guys. Okay. Here's the Atlas. I'll grab it like this. It's labeled Mappies, but it should be labeled Harvester of Sorrow, of course. Maybe somebody will know the reference. And then in Discord, go to farming strats. Yes, Breach Farm, amazing for gold. Unbelievable. Put 100 on that. Into this. All right, so that's Harvest. The 2 required Scarabs are doubling in Cornucopia. Cornucopia is about 80C. 3 optionals. I run map farm. So corrupted, deli, and 10%. You can do whatever you want with the 3 extra. If your build needs help, you could run shrines. I think the maps is probably the best profit you can add on in 3. Oh, and then use Fruiting Astrolabe. Jungle Valley is ideal. Scry. What's it called? Temple. Come on, brain. Oh my god, it must be getting late. 12:40. Cathedral. Defile Cathedral. Over JV. We're going to say 30 to 40 div per hour. I think it's a very fair estimate. Not overhyping. Because, like, I had this just at the yellow. 0.9k yellow. Yellow's at 35.31 per 10 div. So we pulled down 20 div in just yellow. Pretty crazy. You want the yellow to go for the endurance implicit? Yeah. Yeah, you could try and hit. Now, keep in mind that this is is one of the ways to re-roll the implicit. There is another way. And you could check which one is cheaper.
I can't do this just yet.
Vivid Vulture, re-roll a synthesis implicit. We can check the cost of the vultures here. Vivid Vulture is about 1.5D. The Beast Craft was about 5,000. Let's compare. Life Force. That's 442. But then you need a thing, right? You need a Sacred Crystallize, which is another 42. So yeah, they're about the same. So then realize this. This can roll multiple implicits. So if you're re-rolling a ring and you hit 2 implicits or 3, then you should switch over to Beastcraft and re-roll. Because you can have an even, more giga ring if you get multiple implicits, which is what happened on mine. I rolled Global Fizz and then re-rolled through the endurance charge. So look at me and Bob. We're so cool. We're so cool. All right, everyone. I don't want to go to bed, but I need to go to bed. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. Depending on when they're going to release the PoE 2 season, I may get around to a Bob guide. It would be an endgame guide exclusive, not like starter, beginning, middle, end budget. It would just be like high budget endgame. But that would give me the opportunity to sort of explain all the mechanics, everything that's going on, clarify questions, kind of get a bit of a community going behind the build. Seems like everyone that sees it wants to do it. So I may end up doing that. We'll see. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night, everyone.